This Philadelphia Eagles team has just accomplished something the rest of the NFL has failed to do. At Arrowhead in November versus Pat Mahomes, coming away with that sweet, sweet victory.
Flawless victory.
Also, despite the narrative about the Philadelphia Eagles barely winning football games and to just not beating really quality opponents, well, the opponent we just handed an L2 last night, they were 17-2 with Pat Mahomes at quarterback in November and December. From November 1st to December 31st, you'd be hard-pressed to find a team that plays better football, and we just took that team down.
But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Man, Andy had us definitely trying to fight and claw and kick and dig and get that first win, but we got it against Coach Reed. He's now 4-1 against this Philadelphia Eagles team. And to add the cherry on top, guys, it happened coming off a bye week. A stat we know so freaking well when it comes to Andy Reid, including the playoffs. This guy was 30-6 when you give this man extra time to prepare for you. This was a much, much needed victory. This was a great thing to see. And I want to talk a little bit about some of the underlying details of this game.
Hurts on a quarterback draw. He's got the first.
You give the Eagles a +1 in the turnover margin, good luck beating this football team. Since 2021, Nick and Jalen Hurts' tenure together, this football team is 20-1 when it is +1 or greater in a turnover margin. If we've got you down a little bit in those turnovers, try to beat us, even if we're not getting points off the turnovers, such as last night.
Against his former team, the Eagles. First down, end zone, picked off.
How about the adjustments and the things that were done in the second half of this football game to win it? Because as bad as that opening possession looked in the third quarter, and as bad as our offense was at times, I mean, there was a period of time where for 3 to 4 possessions, I think we only had about 20 yards in total when it was all said and done. Despite all that, when we needed the plays, when we needed the right play calls, we got it. Because, man, that DeAndre Swift jet sweep motion thing, that couldn't come in at a better time.
Can't be stopped. Here's Swift. Still.
How about Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts hooking up on a deep vertical shot that we hadn't seen all game long, get connected, and boom, here we are sitting at the goal line pushing our way in.
Here's a shot for Smith. He's got it.
When the game mattered, the team rose to the occasion. However, the person who truly deserves a lot of credit for last night is defensive coordinator Sean Desai. I'm not going to say opportunities weren't missed. Of course, Kansas City had some opportunities to capitalize and missed them. Drop passes all over the place. We forced them into an interception and a fumble in this football game.
Kelsey. Ball comes out.
With that said, one of the most underrated stat lines I have not heard reported from people is what this defensive line did to Isaiah Pacheco in the second half of this football game. Was held to 7 carries for 23 yards, a 3.29 yards per carry marker, no touchdowns. He did still fight for some tough yardage to get a couple first downs in the second half.
They handed Pacheco.
But nonetheless, that was a big, pivotal turning moment, I think, in the game because it forced the football into Pat Mahomes' hands to beat us, which he did last year, to be fair, to us in the second half. However, this time around, we got our sweet revenge against them. Pat Mahomes in the second half.
3rd down and 4. Right through the hands.
14-27 for 99 yards, a 51.9% completion rate, and a 60.6 passer rating, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I mean, look, on 3rd down, they were held to 25% conversion in the second half, and Pat was only 2 of 8 for 22 yards on 3rd down in the second half of that football game.
Mahomes is able to...
We all know opportunities were missed. There's no doubt about that statement. Yes, the Chiefs could have capitalized on some things. But to be fair, you name me the game where opportunities don't get missed. To be fair, we missed on opportunities in this game as well. I mean, come on, man. There was definitely a play in this game to where Devontae was a good 20 yards down the field inside of a zone system there, just wide open. to where if it would have been seen, it would have been a huge gainer into Chiefs territory. So opportunities get missed. I don't want to hear that excuse from people. What I will say is this. When the game mattered, we tightened up the defense, and we came out here and we won this football game. And to me, that's all that matters, because the rest of it is nothing else but straight up noise. In the second half, on third down, we held Patrick Mahomes to 2 of 8 for 22 yards and only 1 passing first down. Isaiah Pacheco, in the second half of this football game, 7 rushes, 23 yards at 3.29 yard per carry marker. When you look at what happened in the second half, I think Sean Desai deserves a lot of credit for being able to stranglehold this particular team. If you enjoyed this content and you would like to learn a little bit about Zach Cunningham and his impact on the Philadelphia Eagles, click this video over here, guys. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.